Presentation is intended to share research that helps professionals understand the root causes of the high change initiative failure rates. Presentation also covers one emerging approach to reducing change initiative failure rates using an organization capability maturity management framework. What do we mean by change? There are many variables and levers that can be changed in an organization's core business process. And these changes can be applied at any level in the organization's value pyramid. So there are many choices open to leadership. Ultimately, the driver for the organization's leadership is to achieve the target business outcomes. Regardless of the change or transformation initiative, research tells us that success potential is only around 25%. Failure rates for change management are around 75%, and for M&A integration projects around 50% as examples. And productivity levels globally are at historically low rates. So there has been many calls for a better model based on human nature. Organization science research based on psychology, learning, and economic theory has provided us with a maturity standard that is presented in 7 levels. This standard can be applied to any part of an organization's system or subsystem. The level habituated explains the performance and the outcomes for the organization or its subsystem that is under consideration. At the lowest level 1 crash, we see behaviors, practices, and characteristics that may be somewhat chaotic or influenced solely by one leader, one customer, one product, or one process to the detriment of everything else in the system. While at the highest level 7 leadership, we see practices, behaviors, and characteristics that produce a brand and outcomes that are leading the way for the organization and the industry, demonstrating agility, innovation, and collaboration. In between, there are 5 definitive levels that can be described and measured and can be improved in a logical manner once properly understood. Using these understandings of maturity levels can enable leaders and professionals build towards true agility from whatever their current residing maturity level is. And likewise, they can do this for leadership, or they can do it for collaboration, or they can do it for innovation by focusing on the relevant dynamics in the organization. Depending on where the organization resides on the maturity scale, between linearity at one end and agility on the other, can explain its current performance. The 25% success rates, according to McKinsey, are related to the existing organizations with agility. There's a 300% premium for dynamic systems performance at the higher levels, according to Gary Hamel. What is required is modeling that diagnoses the divide between the ambition and the current performance and builds a capacity to deal with complexity on top of the foundations of control, process, and procedure. Having studied many industry analyst reports for challenges in digital transformation for an organization, we can see the common traits that arise, such as lack of shared vision or lack of talent, inertia with existing legacy systems, failure to focus on the customer, change management, inappropriate culture, and lack of visibility on progress and success. These may be considered symptoms of the failure the research has determined, but the real root causes are found to be that ambitions were beyond the organization's capability. Improving capability maturity is a sequential and cumulative learning process. The higher levels of maturity are integrative and have the capacity to learn from their existing level, whereas lower levels are disintegrative and they lack the foundations to build improvement from their existing level. So they need to be handled differently. Define capabilities as the ability to mobilize resources to achieve a specific aim. Capability maturity management provides leaders and teams with a means to simplify the complexity of the many variables that influence the performance of an organization, to measure and improve the ability of an organization to perform, the ability to set the right priorities for action. The current capability maturities determine what the current level of performance is, but they also determine the rate of change for that organization. By improving capability maturities or adding new capabilities, the organization can improve its performance, can improve its agility or its rate of change, and that enables greater ambition. The key is knowing which are the capabilities to focus or invest in, and which are the ones that will achieve the target aims or the ambition. Dynamic systems maturity theory is the organization science that underpins the new way of modeling and managing organization transformation and change. The 7 levels of maturity apply to all types of human systems, as do the underlying 15 discrete stages for maturity improvement. By using the model to diagnose existing capabilities, initial change actions can be calibrated to gain starting point traction, while developing capabilities through the stages will assure both sustainability and movement towards leadership, agility, innovation and collaboration best practice. The Organization Capability Maturity Framework is a comprehensive body of knowledge which includes a scientific-based maturity model based on dynamic systems maturity theory. It also provides an online maturity assessment tool. Individuals and teams can formally or informally assess any of the listed organization dynamics or their underlying building blocks called constructs. There is an overall organization maturity index, and that is what is presented here, or individual or groups of dynamics may be selected and focused on by individuals or teams. The Organization Development Tools Institute also provide pre-configured maturity assessments for collaboration maturity, merger and acquisition integration maturity, and culture. Organizations and professionals can strengthen the success potential for their change and transformation initiatives by adopting a scientific-based capability maturity framework, such as the Organization Capability Maturity Framework. It can be used formally or informally to address specific problems or opportunities, or in an overall way to drive continuous performance improvement. These types of models provide easy to use and clear step-by-step guidance for individuals and teams to achieve the target outcomes. Thank you.